So one of the most common questions that I am asked is, how do you actually get started in property investing? And I'm going to share with you 3 really top tips on how you can actually achieve that. In fact, I'm actually going to gift you a resource which is going to kickstart your property career, but I'm going to give you that at the end, so hang around. Before I do, who am I? I'm Toni Gargan, and I've been a part of the progressive property community for the last 8, almost 9 years. And I started by effectively making a load of mistakes before I got 3 key things that I believe every property investor needs. So the 3 top tips that I'm going to give you, the 3 non-negotiables that I believe every successful property investor needs, are a good education and some knowledge around what to do and what not to do, the things to buy and the things not to buy. I also believe you need an amazing network of people around you, because I don't care what anyone says, I don't think any property investor has ever successfully achieved it on their own. You're going to need great people within those teams, so we'll talk a little bit about network. And in addition to that, I believe the core thing that you have to continually work on is your mindset, because it is the thing that is going to keep you going through the tough times and help you celebrate. So when it comes to education and knowledge, you need to know what to buy and what not to buy, the areas to buy and the areas not to buy in, because so many people think you just go and put money onto a house with a mortgage and that's how property investing works. Well, there's so many different ways that you are able to do it. For me, it was circumstantial. I had no money to invest, so I had to learn how to raise that money. So raising money from investors, potential business partners, joint venture partners, many of whom are already within your little black book of contacts. You just don't yet know that they are your potential investors. And it's telling everyone what you do being that you're getting started in property, you're researching the areas to invest in, you're going to build a portfolio. And so getting a good education, and my education came from Progressive Property. Progressive Property was set up by 2 amazing individuals who have also, from a standing start, built a really successful portfolio. Rob Moore, Mark Homer. They are deca-millionaires in their own right. They've got a really successful portfolio. So I got educated by, in my opinion, the best people within the industry. I learned how to invest using none of your own money. And a big part of that is being part of and building up a really good network of people. So top tip number 2 is your network. No successful property investor has built their portfolio on their own. You're going to need people within your teams. You're going to need investors, potentially estate agents, letting agents. You're going to need, your builders, your surveyors, all those different people within your team. Go along to local networking events, property-based and also business-based. Many of those, surveyors and the estate agents, the letting agents, your solicitors, they're all networking to build up their business. So go to the people who are putting themselves out there. You're also going to have people within your network already, friends, family members, colleagues, the people that you're working alongside already. So telling everyone what you do is absolutely vital. Now, you might think you don't know anybody with wealth, you don't know anybody who invests. And the interesting thing is, when you just start communicating effectively and confidently, you will realize that there are guaranteed people within your network who could be a potential business or joint venture partner. In fact, my first joint venture partners were my sister and my father-in-law. They were my first investors, and I didn't know they had any money to invest. They had no desire to invest in property. They had no knowledge around it. But just by me using the education that I'd gained through Progressive, telling everyone what I did, it piqued an interest in both of them. And even to this day, they still invest alongside us. Use your social media to tell people who you're looking for. Recommendations is a phenomenal way to build up that network. Now, what really worked for me was just infiltrating the Progressive Property network. I infiltrated a ready-made network of people, being a part of the Progressive Property community, and there are so many ways to do that, even just tapping into the Facebook community first of all, which has well in excess of 40,000 people. There are educated investors in there with the right network, the right mindset, who've just like you started from the beginning. You might think, yeah, but why would anyone invest in me, or can I really do it? And that's top tip number 3, which is mindset. It's actually the thing that you need to work on the most. It's a really cheesy phrase, but it's true. The skill set without the mindset will leave you upset. Quite often you don't believe in yourself because you've not yet proven that you can do it. So you've got to future pace, you've got to plan ahead, you've got to set goals, you've got to document them down, and you really have to work within your mindset. Personally, one of the best books that I read that really helped with my mindset was a book called Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by the author T. Harv Eker. Now, this book was recommended to me by a fellow investor, again, building up that network, who had more belief in me than I had in myself. Sometimes you've got to borrow it from other people. And when I read this book, and people, it's really cliche, isn't it? People say they read this book and it changed my life. I've read that book so many times, and it's the thing that continually helps. It talks about all of us having a money blueprint and a thermostat, which I realised mine was on the cold side, not the warm side. So Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker is a great book to help with your mindset around money. But it's not just your mindset around money, is it? It's about putting it out there. It's about believing it. You hear phrases like believe it till you can achieve it, you know, fake it till you make it. I'm not a big fan of, and that's why another book, which I'll be honest, the first time I read it, I thought that was a load of rubbish because my mindset was so negative. Stick with it, consistency works. So another book, which is by Rhonda Byrne, and it's a book called The Secret. Now bear with me, it's talking about the law of attraction, but when you tap in action to that law of attraction, mindset shift for me was absolutely huge, and I know it will be for you too. So continually working on your mindset, spend time with positive people who are achieving what you want to achieve and more. Spend time with the people who are friends and family members who may be a little bit more negative, but for every one of those people, who in my world I call them drains, they suck the life out of you, they suck the fun out of you. For every drain in your life, you need at least 2 radiators. And this is why the top tips all merge together, because getting the education is absolutely key. But without the right network around you, you'll never achieve what you want to. And in order for you to build that network and believe that it is possible for you to get started in property and get really good results, you've got to continually work on that all-important mindset. Surrounding yourself with people for whom this is normal. And that was huge for me because I was from a family where I was told, you know, if you want something, you have to work really hard for it, or if you can't afford it, you don't buy it. And looking up to people who I aspired to, like the co-founders of Progressive Property, Rob Moore and Mark Homer. Now, Mark Homer, in my opinion, is one of the smartest brains that you could ever meet when it comes to property investing. And he's created a resource. It's called a report. It's really not a report. This is an ebook, 42 top tips of Mark Homer's direct knowledge. This is absolutely gold, and it is a gift that we are going to give to you. Many of you will want to get started in property. Maybe we've piqued your interest a little bit here. You've got a little bit of insight and you think, I'm going to get those books, I'm going to get started, I'm going to start working on getting educated, building up that mindset and building up that all-important network. So you need to go and get it now. It's in the link above me, it's in the description, and it's in the comments below. You can't miss it. Go and get that. It is a really valuable resource for you. So let's summarize the 3 top tips to getting started in property. Number 1, you need good education and knowledge. You need to know what to do, what not to do, what to buy, what not to buy. Top tip number 2 is all around building that all-important network. Start surrounding yourself with people for whom it is normal to invest in property. Top tip number 3, work on your mindset. The skill set without the mindset will leave you upset. So start working on it now and build it for the future to help you get started and move forward within property. So if anything I've shared with you has resonated, it's piqued your interest, it's brought forward more questions, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if there's something that's really resonated with you or a section that we've covered, put it in the comments below. Let me know what it is. I want to make sure that we're giving you more information just like this. So invest in yourself, learn more, and I'll see you in the next one.